Not formally qualified, but you know what, I'm paving my own way. At some point, someone had to make shit up and turn it into a course. So, sorry, Drew, I'm just going to clean that camera. It looks a bit filthy. Hi, guys. Just patting you with my thumb. That's what I'm doing, right? I'm paving a new way of treating. So it's different and it looks different. And a lot of people, anyone can do this. I went to the UK and I did a clinic and I was showing people that anyone can do it, just like, I have this analogy, right? So I use a mobile phone one. When I'm treating, I touch as light as you would on a mobile phone. Any heavier and you're bullying, don't do it. So the thing is, if you were like in 1970 and you saw someone doing shit on a mobile phone and saw that they could make the screen do stuff, you go, oh my God, they're magic. But now we're all used to it. So I have something I've kind of, created or found something or discovered something that most people don't have a reference for, but now that people realize that they can touch and trip out a muscle on their own horse, I'm just creating a new way of looking at the body and a new way of treating it. And so everyone can do it, just like you can muck around on your mobile phone. You can touch a horse's muscle and trip it out. My name's Christian Langeter and I'm an equine soft tissue therapist. I specialise in treating muscular issues in performance horses. I'm just going to see who this horse is. Give me one sec. Sassy Jenni, one of Tony Otterbray's horses. So anyway.
Hi Christian, it's PJ.
Hey PJ, how are you going?
Hi Riley. Hi PJ, how are you?
Excuse me for clearing my sinuses. They're starting to molt here, like you can see. I don't know if you can, but they're molting, and I'm allergic to horses. So you'll hear me clearing my airway or playing with my nose a lot because it kind of gets irritated. How are we going, Drew? What's happening?
Going great. Super interesting, thank you.
Cool. Yeah, so
They are always wonderful.
So I'm just going to go through. So on this one, on Sassy, you know what? I'm really lucky because firstly, Riley's chilled, so the horses always chill out with him. Secondly, we've got the sun, which is beautiful, so we get to take the rug off and the horse gets some sun on its back. And so they go into this little zone already as soon as they get sun. We have C2. That's what C2 looks like. The bone is here. That's the atlas. This is axis. I always get them wrong. C1, C2. You can see that that's a little sensitive. TMJ and hyoid are good. So I'm just going to treat that. There's a gland here, jaw, gland, muscle, yeah? So just be mindful if you're checking that you don't rip through the gland, because no one likes that, especially the horses. So we're just going to go through and we're just going to treat this one and do our thing. Good girl. What's she up to, Riley? She just got here.
Watching your amazing work from the Netherlands.
There we go. How's the Netherlands? Amazing. Hi, Angela. They can't hear you, can they? So I've got to repeat you.
Quietly, but say hi.
Yeah, right.
How to approach a head shy?
Just with see, I don't have a problem approaching head shy animals. I think you do it with respect and you do it mindfully and quietly, and usually, there's got to be a little bit of trust. If they're sore, be mindful that there's going to be things that they don't like. We actually just came through here and one of the young girls holding a horse had just been hit in the face with a horse, so she had a black eye, excuse me. But I think just mindfully is the best. Just check in on yourself. Usually people who are like really calm get things done easier with horses. Like, you'll see me go up to horses that have never been handled before, and I will have to go through and check all their little sore bits, and like through here, and they generally just chill out. So long as I mind how I'm being, they'll follow.
Do you actually feel the release in each muscle?
Yeah, I do. So Drew asked, do I feel the release in each muscle? So yes, I absolutely feel the release in each muscle. I can feel when that's already gone. I was going to say, firstly, it's sore and it's responsive and reactive. Then I touch my fingers on it. And what I tell people to do is, in your brain, heat the muscle up, right? So I go into my own little world. I don't so much anymore because I'm so used to doing it, but be mindful, heat the muscle up in your fingers, and then notice what you feel under your fingers. So sometimes the muscle goes hot, sometimes it goes cold. I definitely feel the release. It's kind of like a breeze goes through the muscle, for want of a better description, and then the muscle is no longer sore. So it happens in real time. So like when I do my videos, I make a real point of showing you the soreness, right? But in real time, it happens really subtly and it happens really quickly. So I don't need to be brutal when I'm checking, when I'm treating a horse, just generally.
Have you already fixed the neck
Yes.
bit that was at the start?
Yeah. So this part, so that's all gone.
Yep.
And then so's the lower neck. Yep. The serratus is fine. The wither is fine. Tricep I've just treated as well. I'm going to the deep pec. I checked the pectoral. I checked the the biceps got a bit in it. That could be knees. Don't crouch down in front of a horse that you don't know, right?
She's new to us.
Huh?
She's new to us.
Yeah, new to you.
There you
I've
go.
treated her a few times.
I'm going to go on Monday.
Yeah.
Niggs would like to know, how many treatments do you average in a week?
Over 100. So it's
Terry
over.
would like to know, and are you right over the sore spot or down the same muscle at a different spot?
Oh, so there is a kind of a tricky one because she was sore in the bicep. Yeah, good question. So am I on the sore spot? Usually yes, but what we have, I know that this is a reaction point, this biceps here, is who was the name of the person?
Terry.
Kerry. Sorry, Kerry. That is a reaction point for knees, right? We call this knee, some people call it the carpal joint, whatever. So if I'm sore right under here at the base of the bicep, I know I go for the digital extensor just on the inside of the forearm, for want of a better description, and I actually treat down here. As soon as I've treated that and that's released, this is no longer sore. So we'll have to probably replay that, or Drew will make it into a video, but I'm actually treating the extensor that goes into the knee. Does that make sense? So, but usually, yes, usually when I'm finding soreness, that's the biceps femoris. I will put my hands on that border of the muscle or on the muscle. In my brain, I'll heat it up. The horse will go into a little parasympathetic state. We like to say, some people say like they're having a release. I don't hang my hat on releases as being a sign of efficacy of treatment. I hang my hat on if there's no soreness after I've treated the muscle, yeah? So just then I trip that out, and then I'll just keep going and just opening up through the rest of the horse. She's got a little bit in the lower hamstring. It's like semi-membranosis. I'll do back there as well. And so,
I've forgotten to ask you to do it, but thanks for the 10,000 likes already.
oh, we got 10,000 likes.
How does someone get into doing what you do as a job?
Good question. So I got into it. The question is, how does someone get into this as a job? So when I started, there weren't any animal courses. I had to do a human bow and therapy course. Then I transferred it into animals. I did have another teacher that helped me kind of do that, very basically, called Elizabeth Mitchell and Ardina Hedges from memory. Then I also did another little course which is called Equus Muscle Management or something. I think they call it like Equus Horse Care. Anyway, I did a couple of little animal-y ones just to help me break it down. But I did a human course, human bow and therapy. I then broke it down. I started doing dogs and rescue animals. Then I fixed a dog for a race trainer and I started doing horses. It took me probably about 5 years to really work out the horse part. I thought it would have been an easy swap over from dogs to horses, but it wasn't. Nowadays, though, there are so many different courses, you would just have to choose which one you want. You can do chiropractic, you can do acupuncture, osteopathy, physiotherapy. They're all different. So I guess you choose one of those. In the States, there's the Masterson method. Here, there's bow and therapy, Emmett therapy. Like there's so many horse courses now that you can do. And then you just got to get the horses under your hands. Just spin it around, Riley, please.
There's one last question. Do you treat the horse in one session or do you have to do a follow-up?
No, I don't follow up. I do, but you know what? So I'm just going to show you this horse. It's got a few little bits. It's not much. We've just got like mid-neck, lower neck, or C2, lower neck. You're right, sweetie. So lower neck, right? I'm showing this for the camera. I don't know if you can see it's fine from there. This is the bicep one that I was talking about. There could be knees. Then we got tricep. And then we got a few little, just niggly stuff. This is smallish stuff. Hi guys, keep the questions coming. Keep hitting the likes. Smash the likes. Do as many as you can. How many people we got watching?
It's about 80. So if
that
each
it?
of them can,
Come on.
I dare them all
80.
to share the live.
Yeah, come on. Yeah, share it around. You got an opportunity to ask as many questions as you want.
Yes, you did say Bowen therapy, if you can hear me.
Yeah, it did say Bowen, which is an Australian-based connective tissue therapy. And it's very osteopathic in nature. I'm a very osteopathic in nature kind of a person. I can't see what the time is.
9:20.
Right. We need to boogie. Anyway, so there you go. Yeah, so Bowen therapy was my very first qualification. Well, it's my only qualification, but I'm so far from that now that, it is a completely different animal. So, as I said, I have a website. You can learn how to, excuse me, you can learn how to check your horse. You can learn what all these little twitches mean. And then you can help your own horse, or I am writing a course and that's going to be up. It's got to be by the end of the year because I'm being really slack at it. And
Thank you, Jezebine. Thank you.
Jezebine?
Jezebine sent you a gift of a rose.
Thank you.
What else we got? Sarah, does this release as much as Magna Wave?
I'm going to say better, right?
Yep.
Of course. Yeah, look, you know what? I will fix this in one hit. This is not coming back. The very common thing people ask is, how long does the treatment last? There's no lasting in a treatment. Once this is fixed, it's no longer dysfunctional. So until you re-injure it, it's not coming back unless you have either an underlying problem or you re-injure it, it's not coming back. So it's not something that that I have to keep coming back and treat again. I've tripped the muscle out, and you can see she's...
Jezebine says amazing stuff, absolutely loving this.
Thanks, Jezebine. Drew said you said amazing stuff. Thank you so much. My type of work is really gentle. It's real, like, again, I'm kind of like really... See how she's not biting me for that anymore? How that's just gone completely flaccid. It's gone totally soft, and now I'll just keep going through her little body and find the rest of the puzzle. Usually I treat once and that's it. In professional dressage riders, I might see the horse once a month. In racing, because we maintain them and because we want to get them ready and make sure that they're in the best possible condition or best shape for a race, we do often have them looked at just before races. Now, what did happen, and this is probably a good one, Drew, for one of the TikTok or short things, what happened in the UK, I hadn't treated any of the horses that I went to in the UK, so usually they have a 24-hour hangover. What happened in the UK, because they hadn't been treated before and because I opened up so much connective tissue, we had horses that were like hungover for 4 or so days. So like next year I will be going back to the UK, I will be treating for a whole bunch of racehorse stables again. But what we want to do is we want to go a month before so we can actually treat them, get everything sorted, get rid of the hangover, and then when we're ready to race, we can just tweak them and get rid of the little things that are stopping them from racing at their best or competing at their best. And that wouldn't matter if it was, I was going to do polo horses there too, but unfortunately I got too busy with racing. But the extended part of the hangover was a real surprise to me in the UK. And those things happen, we all live and learn. And I don't have that kind of extended hangover, but most of the stables I work, because I'm always full and these are regular stables, I don't really get the hangover that I used to get from a lot of the horses. So we just say 24 hours just for them to process all the toxins that I release out of the body while I'm treating.
DJ says I'm an equine therapist in the US.
Who is?
DJ.
DJ.
How can I learn your method and use it in my sessions?
You can go to my website at the moment. There's just a diagnostic part, so you can be really specific about the problems that you're diagnosing. So go to langataequine.com. It's on my bios. Just click on that. But I am writing a course. It is, you know what, we're trying to work out what style of course it's going to be once it's written, so I'm not sure what form it's going to take, but there is going to be lots of videos like I like to do because I learn through seeing things. The diagnostic part, there's videos on how to check your horse, there's written content, there's anatomical diagrams, and then there's a video showing you what it looks like when the horse is reactive or dysfunctional or whatever, and then I'm going to write out, it's almost done, currently writing a course teaching you how I treat.
Kylie Marie says, I'm a student of yours, highly recommend the course.
Kylie, thank you. Kylie saying that she highly recommends my course. It's kind of, what do you call it, a resource. Drew calls it a resource because there's nowhere to get. It's always there. You can always refer back to it. It's very easy. There's lots of videos, but I'd love to hear from Kylie what she likes about it. Kyla. Sorry, Kyla. Drew messed it up. So Kyla.
Oh, sorry, hang on, wait 1 second.
Yeah, I'd love to hear from Kyla what she likes about it.
Who has been constantly
Hey, Buggy.
your thing. I use his method. It's an absolute game changer. Go for it. Recommend his technique.
Yeah, thank you so much.
I'm also
Hi, we haven't seen you for ages. Sorry?
Back to Kyla.
Back to
I'm
Kyla.
also an equine myofascial therapist in the States.
Yeah.
Have been for 25 years.
Don't you love it? So that's my therapist from 25 years, Kyla. Hi, Kyla. How are you going? Sorry, there's fur everywhere. Who's found it helpful. You know, the thing that I know for sure about any type of therapist is that I'm very fascial oriented, so muscle, fascia, nerve oriented. My stuff is very subtle. I know that once we start working in body work with animals, we adapt other stuff that either fills a hole that we don't have or suits our needs or is much quicker. I know that Mike in the States, who's a chiropractor, he started doing some of my stuff. And it's funny when he does his videos, hi Mike if you're out there, it's funny when he does his videos that he's still at that part where he touches the muscle and it trips out and he starts laughing like he's so surprised it happened. But he's a professional, he's a chiropractor, right? But he also has a really good stretching course. So if you check out Dr. Mike, who's the chiropractor, I don't have his stuff, but we can put it up. He's a chiropractor, but he has a stretching stuff. We all take bits from people that we admire and that we like their method, and we just adapt it to what suits our stuff.
11 messages pending, so I'm going to go quick. Sarah says, do you typically see the same sore areas in racehorses? If so, what are the common areas?
Hi Sarah, the common areas in racehorses are mid-neck, lower neck, bum, hopefully biceps femoris, sometimes hamstring. I say hopefully through here because that's the power, right? Whereas if it's inside here, it usually means that they've jumped out of the gate awkwardly and strained their hamstring. So mid-neck, lower neck, bum, biceps femoris, sometimes hyoid, which is the bone at the back of the tongue.
Shay says, do you recommend letting them have the day off? So do you recommend letting them have the day off after being worked on or fixed or adjusted?
Yeah, hi Shay. No, I don't. So the question is, do I let them have a day off or do I want them to have a day off? No, because I'm releasing a whole bunch of toxins into this little horse's system. She's going to have a bit of a hangover. The best thing for that is to move them so we get all the toxins flushing through. I like them to move afterwards. You're not going to wreck any of my thing. I know the common thing is to give them a rest for a day or two. I'm absolutely opposed to it. So unless we have something like a tear or a fracture or I need them to see a vet, then we're going to get them to see a vet. But aside from that, I like them to move as quickly as possible.
Yes, I know, Kyla, sorry. It's my job to murder everyone's name, if you can hear me.
Sorry,
Rich,
Kyla.
have you
Drew
ever
said he's
been
sorry.
injured by a horse?
Yeah, I've had 7 months off. Sorry, who said?
Rich.
Hi, Rich, how you going? The question is, have I ever been injured by the horse? I've been bitten once, kicked about 3 times in 26 years, and then I had this little incident with a horse that was as zoned out as this, and here's the pelvis. This is going to look a bit brutal, but that's the pelvis. That's a bone, right? She doesn't mind me doing that, so don't be stressed. I was leaning on that bone and I was talking to the person holding the horse much like this, and then all of a sudden a bird flew past the horse's face. All the horse did was that, which meant that I went bang, and I'm like, oh no! It dislocated my shoulder and ripped all the muscles off the front of my shoulder. So that got me 7 months off. So yeah, so it was 7 months off with a horse that was like this. Point being, when they're like this, they're probably the most dangerous. Just like I got knocked out by my fridge the other day.
Angelique, I would love to keep watching this live as it's super interesting, but it's 1:30 a.m. It's bedtime for me.
Oh, wow.
For watching it.
Thanks for watching at 1:30 a.m. That's crazy. I appreciate it.
I barely touch them when I work on them.
Yeah, exactly. So who's that, Kyla, saying? Yeah, so Kyla, isn't it funny that the more subtle, sometimes subtlety is the best thing. The more subtle you can be with them, you know, and you can feel what's going on. Now, you can see that she's pretty chilled after I've done what looked like not much. And that's why in the videos, if I actually demonstrated how I actually treat, you wouldn't see much on my TikTok videos. I need to be more obvious so people can actually see it and get the most out of it and be educated. So if the point is to help the horses or help people help their horses, then I need to be really, I need to be like, show the soreness and show me poking and show where you can poke, do all that sort of stuff. So that's the best way of doing it.